So, in today's session, we're asking what is a situational analysis? It's sometimes called a PEST analysis. So, if we look at the top here, this would be legal, so political and economic, which is the PE. The S is for social or society. And the T is for technology, so innovation trends and that sort of stuff. So when we actually look at conducting a macroeconomic analysis, a PEST analysis, the situational analysis should include the macro external factors, which are factors outside the control of your organization, which are marked by the blue box in the diagram here. The micro factors, so the things you can control within your organization, which will consist of internal factors. And it's also important to consider producing a SWOT analysis, which we'll cover in a separate video, but it namely means strengths, weaknesses, which are internally controlled, and opportunities and threats, which are external factors that you need to be able to respond to. So in terms of the micro side of it, you've obviously got your suppliers, which is here. You've got your intermediaries, so that may be elements in your supply chain. So this could be goods coming in. You've got your organization in the middle here, which is marked with the orange box. And then to distribute to your customers, you may have a supply chain as well, so intermediaries. And ultimately, you'll reach your customers, which is the part here that you see. So in considering the political and economic, laws are always changing, and sometimes they will be in favour of your organisation or company, and sometimes they will be to your detriment, and you need to respond to them. So if we look at the landlord housing market, for instance, there's been a lot of regulations around energy performance certificates. This is something that landlords cannot avoid and need to respond to, otherwise they will not be able to let out their property. The impact of this is, but it has affected the margins that many landlords are able to make now. And that's something obviously to consider. If we look at overall business, Brexit is a political shift where now it's much more expensive and difficult for a UK producer of goods or services to export into Europe. So these would be sort of encapsulated in the political and economic side to the PEST analysis. And it's important to consider 1, 3, and 5 years out what potential changes may affect the market that you operate within. On the social, this may be changes in consumer attitudes, ethical constraints, changes in the moral environment, so public opinion. So these are all things to consider as part of the society social element. In terms of technology, if you look at the supermarket sector, the emergence of checkout machines as opposed to people, in one way will enhance the profitability of a supermarket chain, a grocer, but on the other element, may give you less opportunity to engage with your customers and talk to them and build that bond. So the technology can work in your favor sometimes, and sometimes it can work against you. The emergence of digital marketing and data collection and big data is a massive technological advance, which means, but it's almost possible to understand what consumers may purchase before they actually come into your store to purchase a certain item. So these are all the things to consider in the macro analysis. In terms of the internal analysis, it's really looking at the strengths of your organization, be it your people, be it your processes, be it the quality of your environment, if you've got a physical bricks and mortar location. It may be other things to do with opportunities in terms of the way the market's developing that you can exploit, or it may be threats, the threat of competition coming in, threats around supply chain. So again, using the Brexit example, that has led to a lot of problems through goods being delayed clearing customs, which has led to increased costs for businesses as well. So in considering threats, you need to consider the whole value chain that your organization is operating within, and how you can mitigate the risks and the threats that may present themselves to your organization. We hope you found this short session useful, and if you would like to get any advice from Consultus Marketing, please feel free to message us and we'll come back to you. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye for now.